Hey, grace and peace, everybody. We're back. You did not see a thumbnail. You did not see a title. I really, truly saw a video, saw an article or two, and I just wanted to jump on real quick and talk about it. So we've basically crossed over into the place where we're just outright slandering people that we disagree with ideologically. Maybe you disagree with Charlie Kirk. Maybe you disagree with Erika Kirk. Maybe you disagree with Turning Point, whatever. But at this point now, we've now cross into the place where we're just lying on people now. We're just lying to make us feel good about the fact that we hate somebody. I mean, that's where we are at this point. There's no other way around it. People are just happy to lie on somebody because they dislike that person. There's no other reason around it. It's just gross. And so I'm going to encourage you all to pop open your Bibles and peep at uh, 2 Samuel chapter 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, and 9. All of that, 4 through 9. It's the story of King David dealing with his good friend Jonathan's grandson. Of course, you all know the story. King David became king over King Saul. King Saul tried to kill David. Saul's son, Jonathan, was David's best friend. And lo and behold, once King Saul and Jonathan were deceased and killed, King David, of course, became king, took over the throne and such like that. And he wanted to provide some kind of care, some kind of consideration toward the grandson or anybody related to Saul's household. And so it was the grandson. His name is Mephibosheth. And it's a long story. However, the upshot of that story is that we can never unhear a lie. Even if the lie is just as ridiculous as the day is long, we'll still have just a memory, just an atom of remembrance of that lie. And sometimes that's enough for it later on to grow into a tree and to maybe even a whole forest that takes over your whole life. And that story is there in the scriptures to tell us that we not only should we not share lies and unverified rumors, but we should do our very best to swat them down as quickly as possible. And when you go back and read that story about Mephibosheth and what happened with the servant Ziba, who basically swindled his way into taking Mephibosheth's inheritance from David, you realize that lies are pernicious. They're not just there's no victimless crimes related to lies. They hurt people. They hurt people in the natural sense. They hurt people in the spiritual sense, emotional, whatever. Lies are pretty bad. Hence why in the book of Romans, and I will pull this in if I had it ready, shout out to me. I did not have it ready. Bada boom, bada bing. All right, we're going to look at Romans chapter 1. And this, of course, I'm reading from the ESV. Shout out to the ESV. And I'm going to go down to, I really want to read verse 30, but I'm going to start at let's go with 26. For this reason, God gave them over to dishonorable passions. For the women exchanged natural relations with those that are contrary to nature, and the men likewise gave up natural relations with women and were consumed with passions for one another, men committing shameless acts with men and receiving themselves a due penalty for the error. And since they did not see fit to acknowledge God, God gave them over to a debased mind to do what ought not to be done. They were filled with all manner of unrighteousness, evil, covetousness. Let me move myself out of the way a little bit better. There we go. Covetousness, malice. They are full of envy, murder, strife, deceit, maliciousness. They are gossips, slanderers, haters of God, insolent, haughty, boastful. And I just clicked myself out of there. Shout out to Jason. Boastful, inventor. This is the one that always stopped me in my tracks. It said they were inventors of evil. Like they were coming up with new ways to sin. Disobedient to parents, foolish, faithless, heartless, ruthless. This is not in any triage order of importance because I'm like, man, but that last one, like they're ruthless. They'll stop at nothing to destroy you. They'll stop at nothing to destroy somebody that they disagree with. They'll stop at nothing to wreak havoc in your life. Though they know God's righteous decree. And this is one that always, again, even when I wasn't a believer, it always made me think, oh my gosh, I know what I'm doing is wrong. Though they know God's righteous decree that those who practice such things deserve to die, they look at this part right here. This part always was the gut punch for me. They not only do them, but give approval to those who practice them. Not only am I a slander, a gossip, malicious, ruthless, a murderer, strife, any of that. Not only that, but I give approval to the people that do it as well. Maybe I'm not out there doing it. Maybe I'm hiding it, hiding my hands, but I give approval to the people that do it. That's some evil stuff, y'all. I'm gonna pull this video in. This is a quick. A lot of people have been talking about this today. It's gotten a lot of traction, a lot of motion, if you will, out here on this internet. And it's about the alleged audio file of Erika Kirk trying to recruit her classmates to work for Epstein. And it literally took this gentleman 60 seconds to see that this was an error.
This morning, there's a new narrative regarding Erika Kirk at 16 years old recruiting her classmates to do massages for Jeffrey Epstein. And I wouldn't be addressing this idiotic rumor and narrative if it wasn't for 10 million views on this post and people that I know actually buying into this. I'm going to quickly debunk this entire narrative in less than a minute. So this tweet by Project Constitution, which was retweeted by Ian Carroll, which is why it has 10 million views, said that there's a smoking gun. Leaked DOJ wiretap audio captures Erika Kirk scheduling underage girls for Epstein. And Ian watched this video and said, holy crap, this sounds just like Erika Kirk, so it must be Erika. This is the funniest part. If you're going to say that this is a leaked audio file, you probably shouldn't attach the official DOJ, official government website to that audio file. All it takes is just 1 minute to find out who's actually speaking on that audio file, and that name is Haley Robson.
Okay, so this is the woman that is talking in the audio file. I'm not going to play the audio file because I don't think that that's important. I just want you to see just how quickly it took. Again, this gentleman, he didn't do any deep dive. He literally just looked at the audio file that the dingbat actually tagged in the tweet or in the message that went viral. And you can see that the woman's name is Haley Robson, please forgive me, Robson. It's not Erika Kirk. So when this person says it's Erika Kirk, they're outright lying on their face because they knew this when they said it. There's no way Project Constitution didn't know this. There's no way because he linked the video, linked the audio in his tweet. So he knew who it said. Finish up.
Haley was 16 years old, living in Florida at the time that Epstein contacted her and forced her to start to recruit her classmates in order to come over and do, you know what. Haley has spoken about this numerous times, whether on Capitol Hill, on CNN, and obviously.
So the woman, let me back that up. So this woman has spoken about this. The woman that's on the audio file that Project Constitution and Ian Carroll disgracefully attributes to Erika Kirk, she's actually spoken about it and has owned up that this was her. So why are you attaching it to Erika Kirk? That's what I'm saying. Like these people, like these people are evil, man.
Hill, on CNN. And obviously when your tweet goes viral, you have to clarify that this post is my personal opinion and my interpretation. And that doesn't matter because the original.
But see, that doesn't change anything though. I can't say this is my personal opinion and my interpretation that the audio file is Michael Jackson. Well, Jason, the file doesn't say Michael Jackson. It says that it's Haley Robson. So me saying that this is my interpretation is irrelevant. My interpretation can't go against the obvious fact that it's not Michael Jackson or that it's not Erika Kirk.
And that doesn't matter because the original narrative is already set. You have major conspiracy theorist Ian Carroll already propagating that narrative, and they're not going to stop. I know you think that this is stupid, but the reality is that millions of people are actually buying into something that has zero objective evidence for.
They not only do them, but give approval to those who practice them. These people are evil, man. These people are evil. I mean, I can't imagine how evil you have to be to come up with some of this stuff that these people are coming up with. And just to make it up out of whole cloth, to make it up out of whole cloth. They are filled with all manner of unrighteousness, evil, covetousness, malice. They are full of envy, murder, strife, deceit, maliciousness. They are gossips, slanderers, haters of God, insolent, haughty, boastful, inventors of evil. I'm going to say Project Constitution invented this evil. Disobedient to parents, foolish, faithless, heartless, ruthless. Those, though they know God's righteous decree that those who practice such things deserve to die, they not only do them, but give approval to those who practice them. This is just, I have no idea. Like, may I never know the wickedness that these people have in order to come up with this kind of stuff, man. May I never know this. May I never know this. Shout out to Artie over there on Artie Trolls on X, as well as on the YouTube streets. He did a great review of this as well, calling this out. And let me just make this a little bit bigger. Shout out to him. And there we go right there. And this is just the clip right here that goes along with that audio file, the now infamous audio file. During the course of the investigation, parental consent was granted to SG to assist with the investigation at the discretion of the SG. I don't know who SG is. Conducted controlled taped phone calls to Robson's cellular phone, and they gave the number. SG spoke with Robeson in an attempt to arrange another meeting with Epstein. SG asked Robeson what did she need to do to make more money. Robeson stated, "The more you do, the more you get paid." Robeson subsequently called back SG and left a voicemail message for her, indicating that she had set up an appointment for SG to go to Epstein's house at 11 a.m. on the 5th of April 2005. This message was recorded from SG's voicemail. There's nothing to do with Erika Kirk at all. Nothing whatsoever. So this guy right here, this voice file right here that they're playing and passing around, has nothing to do with this woman. It has nothing to do with Erika at all. And these people have just, out of whole cloth, out of the wickedness of their own hearts, are associating this poor woman. And again, that doesn't mean that you don't have to have beef with Erika, but have beef with Erika over things that are legitimate, that are real issues, not fabricated. Oh, I hate her because I made up something about her, which is crazy work. That's incredible. That's some crazy work, y'all. I have no idea. This is again, like, can you imagine, like, I mean, I guess the only thing that, I guess the saving grace is that Charlie Kirk isn't here to see it. He's not here to see how wicked and evil people could really be. Because it could easily turn somebody's heart negative. Like, man, God, these people hate me for no reason. I'm going to become bitter. I'm going to become angry. Like I can't imagine what this is. Just gross, man. Again, it's deplorable on a level that honestly, I'm actually like taken aback at how evil people could be. Like, I didn't see people this evil toward their real ideological enemies all the time. They're forever saying, Christians are hateful. Christians don't love Muslims, or Christians don't love the unbeliever. You don't see us acting like this. This is some stuff that even you don't see. As Paul said, there's some activity going on that even the unbelievers don't do. I don't even see. You don't see us behaving like this. You don't see Christians behave like this. And this is some crazy work. This is super gross. And I just want to, again, I'm highly encouraged, and I don't want to, the story is really long. It has a lot of little moving parts and details in it, but please go back and read 2 Samuel chapter 4 through 9 and the story of David and Mephibosheth. I really think you'll understand exactly why this story is so important to what we are doing now. You can't unhear a lie. And that's why they try to get lies out there so much. That's why Candace spreads those lies so frequently. And she just keeps putting it out there because they know you can't unhear a lie. Now, you might forget a truth, but you can't unhear a lie. And they know that in some way or another, even if it's just a tiny grain of sand, it'll still be there. If it's just a molecule of the lie, they got you. If they can get you just to hold on to that, that's it. And so the lies that these people tell, and to have 10 million people, I don't even know how many, I don't know how to check how many people have seen that Project Constitution's deplorable, disgraceful tweet. But if 10 million people saw it, that's 10 million people. I mean, that's a lot of people, man. That's a lot of people. That's a lot of folk. So I do want to again just admonish you. Go check out Second Samuel, and you might not even be a Christian. You know what? Hey, check out. Shout out to the people here that are not Christians. I still would encourage you to just read. Find out. You can go to Bible Hub and just read this story and see what I'm talking about. How we can never unhear a lie, and lies like this are pernicious. They hurt people both emotionally, spiritually, physically, financially, fill in the blank. And it's important to realize, like, we don't deal in lies. We don't deal in liar economy. Candace deals in liar economy. Project Constitution, Ian Carroll, all of them, they deal in the liar deceit economy. We can't deal in that. We can't deal in that. That's foreign to us. We can't deal with that. And I'm not trying to say that unbelievers, you don't have to deal with your sin. No, I'm not going to do that. But I do want you to realize, like, this is something that you can turn away from too. Like, this is a liar economy behavior, and it's just gross, man. It's really sad to see, because again, like, you can have a problem with somebody, but to outright create this false narrative and just out of whole cloth. I mean, you literally have the evidence in front of you, and you tell the story a different way. That's crazy work. That is some crazy work. That is wild. And these people are doing this wholesale and being rewarded with tens of millions of views, tens of millions of tweets and retweets and all that kind of stuff like that. And they made it up. And they made it up. Again, that's just some wild stuff, man. I really truly don't know how these people can even wrap their minds around what they're doing. How do you even come up with this and feel comfortable about what you're doing? Where you're literally lying on somebody. You're truly making up a story out of whole cloth that has no bearing and no relevance in reality. You've just made it up so that you can say that you hate somebody. That's crazy work. That's crazy work. Yeah, I don't even know where to go with that one. I'm going to end this. Y'all, thank you so much for jumping in. I just wanted to talk about that. I just thought it was super interesting, and I just want to encourage you all. I'm going to say it again, 2 Samuel chapter 4 through 9. Just read that story of David and Mephibosheth, how he dealt with a lie and what happened with the lie and how it, destroyed that relationship. Because I think we could really glean something from that. And then also go check out Romans chapter 1. Like, these people are peddling in slander and lies and gossip and rumors, all for the sake of just destroying somebody because they don't like Turning Point, or they don't like Trump, or they don't like whatever. Like, don't like it and argue the case on a valid plane, but don't just make up something out of whole cloth. Don't just make up a lie. and slander somebody's name, because nobody can unhear that. Nobody can unhear that. So, Father, I thank you today that you gave us an opportunity to crack open your word and to hear the truth of your word and apply it to our lives. And I do pray that everybody here will be able to, Lord God, be inclined to check out your scriptures and see how your word applies to our lives and how it applies even on these social media streets. That, Father, none of us are immune to lies and being impacted by the liar economy, but we can continually be impacted by your truth as well. And I pray that we'll continue to do that. I do pray for the Kirk family, for Erika and her children. I do pray that you'll protect them from not only the lies, but the ramifications of those lies that have been put out there, Lord, that nobody would try to do anything or intervene in any way, shape, or form and negatively impact her or her children, or even Turning Point or any other persons that have been slandered by Eric, by Candace and her cult. And I do pray that, God, you will convict their hearts if they are spreading lies and rumors and gossips that have no relevance in reality or a twisting of reality, whatever. I pray that you'll convict their hearts that, Lord, they're lying, that they're lying on innocent people. They're lying on people who have no way of at all defending themselves. They're lying. And I pray that, God, that conviction will hit them so hard that they will repent and turn to Christ. Thank you so much for this time. In Jesus' name, amen. Good people, thank y'all so much for rocking. I really do appreciate y'all. Uh, let me see real quick. All right, good commentary. There goes my brother, Uncle Mo, in the building. Grace and peace to you, friend. Good to see you, man. Thank you for stopping by, man. Uh, Lots of good folk in there. Y'all, Uncle Mo is excellent content creator. He's been giving Umar Johnson and all of them a black eye for a while. So shout out to Uncle Mo for sure. I appreciate you, man. All right. Lots of good commentary in there, Jason. I've never thought about that, but you're so right. Every word we hear is forever embedded in our subconscious minds. I mean, when you read that story of Mephibosheth and David, you'll realize it. When it hit me, probably about 5 years ago, somebody preached a sermon on it, and it hit me. I'm like, yo, I got to be much more careful with what I do. Yo, okay, so shout out to this person right here. Said, the TikTok psychic was falsely accusing the woman in Idaho, in the Idaho 4, did this. She was just found liable for slander. She is ordered to pay $10 million. The story about the TikTok psychic is amazing because the similarities are uncanny. I just started doing my research. So was this Mocha Mom, stay on my bumper. I'm gonna do something with this because it's uncanny how similar these two stories are. So thank you so much for sharing that. I appreciate it. I'm just looking through. Shout out to good people in the chat. Thank you so much. Oh well, thank you, friend. Thank you for the two. Martin, thank you so much. I appreciate you. Amen. Oh yeah, Irene Britt is in the building. There she is. There she is. Grace and peace, sister. We have got to do something. I loved popping into your show, so we got to do something. Hit me up on email. I would love to see what you're doing. See, maybe we can do a little project. Yeah, man. Shout out to Uncle Mo in the building. The same thing, Mo. Hit me up on email, man. I'd love to hear what you got going on. See if there's something we can work with. Oh, see you. All right. Now we're gonna do. Y'all know Deacon Whitaker's gonna be doing Sunday school this fall. Y'all know Deacon Whitaker gonna be doing Sunday school. Absolutely. Y'all gonna get me on Sunday school. All right. So let me pull it up and I'll give you like so let me give you the cursory. I'll just do it from memory. Okay. Shout out for sure. Saul is king. David is God's appointed, right? Saul was king of Israel. He was the first king of Israel. He was doing the thing and the people chose him. But Saul was hard-headed. Saul didn't do what he was supposed to be doing. And God said, nope, you are no longer going to be king. And God anointed David to be king. Well, at the current moment, Saul was still running the ship. So Saul is trying to kill David. Saul is doing all kinds of stuff. Saul was wilding out. But Saul's son, Jonathan, was David's best friend. And Jonathan said he knows that David is God's man. He says, I know God has, removed his hand off of my father and his kingdom, and he's given the kingdom to you, David. And so Jonathan was supporting his friend. Long story short, Saul and Jonathan are at war with the Amalekites, and the Amalekites kill Saul and Jonathan. Okay. And now officially, David is now king. Well, after a little bit of upheaval with David's own family, David said, you know what? Now that I've established the kingdom, I'm ruling over Israel. We got peace, if you will. Not much peace, but they had a little bit of peace. He said, let me do right by King Saul's family. Is there anybody left in King Saul's family that I can do right by? And they said, hey, well, there is this guy. His name is Mephibosheth. He's Jonathan's grandson. David said, say less, bring him here, bring him here. And David treated him as if he was king. He made sure that everything that Jonathan had was given back to Mephibosheth. The only problem was Mephibosheth was handicapped because when he was younger, his nurse dropped him, broke his legs, and his feet never healed properly. So he was always handicapped. So he couldn't get around. They don't say exactly how in the scriptures, but they make it pretty clear that he got around with some disability. Okay, so he had a disability. So, but David said, say less. I'm going to take care of you. He took care of Mephibosheth. Mephibosheth had no needs whatsoever. Now, a moment ago, I mentioned that David had some problems with his own kids, right? Well, one of his sons tried to kill him. His son's name was Absalom. And David did not want to fight his own son. He said, man, I'm not going to fight my own boy. He said, we are going to leave the kingdom. We're going to go on the run. But I'm not going to fight my own son. And so David left. And so, but everybody in King David's household left with King David. Now, a few moments ago, I told you that Mephibosheth was a part of King David's household, right? But he got around with crutches. He got around with some kind of difficulty. So he wasn't able to flee when King David fled. So Mephibosheth said to his own servant, whose name was Ziba, he said, Ziba, tell David I'm on my way, but I'm moving a little slow, but I will be there. Well, Ziba got to David, and Ziba said, King David, Mephibosheth has turned on you. You know what? I'm going to read that one because I think that's really important. And people are like, man, what are we doing today? What is going on here today, Jason? I appreciate y'all asking that question. All right, Mephibosheth's lie. Ziba's lie. It is. Okay, here it is right here. Perfect. All right, let me pull this in. Mm. All right. This is 2 Samuel Second Samuel chapter 9. Let's get at it. Then the king called Ziba, Saul's. Wait. No, I want to see. Hold on. Oh, wait. I want to make sure it's. Then David called Ziba, Saul's servant, and said to him, all that belonged to Saul and his house I have given to your master's grandson, and you and your sons and your servants will till the land for him and shall bring the produce that your master's grandson may have bread to eat. But Mephibosheth, your master's grandson, shall always eat at my table. Now Ziba had 15 sons and 20 servants. And Ziba said to the king, according to all that my lord the king commands his servants, so will your servant do. So Mephibosheth ate at the, I'm sorry. We haven't gotten there yet. We haven't gotten to the defeat. I'm sorry. I've misled y'all. It's actually more than that. I apologize. Where is Mephibosheth? I had it wrong. I do apologize. Okay, let me pull this. I don't remember exactly where it is where he corrects him and tells him that because he is Ziba lied on him, and so Ziba goes to David and says, "Hey, Mephibosheth has betrayed you and has joined with Ammon, your enemy." Oh no, I've misled y'all. I'm sorry. You better get this right, Deacon, before Sunday school this summer. I mean, this fall. You better get it right. I'm in Second Samuel, right? Yeah. I have let y'all down. Right. So therefore the king blind and lame, da, da, da. And he's looking for somebody to the Philistines. He defeats the Philistines. He said, who to, and once he had peace in the kingdom, he decides he's going to, where is it? I do apologize for that. I let y'all down. I led you astray. I hoodwinked you. So David, and let me, while I'm talking, I'm gonna look it up real quick. It's 2 Samuel 4:9. Yeah. Interesting. Okay. So David, so Ziba goes to David and says, "Hey, David, Mephibosheth didn't let you down. He's joined with Ammon. He wants to, he's Absalom, please forgive me, and he wants to take over the kingdom. He wants to get everything back." And so David told Ziba, "You know what? You can have all of what I gave Mephibosheth." Well, lo and behold, of course, Mephibosheth shows up later on and he's like, "I'm here, I made it." And David's like, "Oh, you betrayed me. You sided with Absalom, my son." He's like, "No, I didn't do that." He said, "Well, Ziba said that." And he said, "Well, because he didn't know one way or another who was actually telling the truth," David said, "Well, how about we just split it? Ziba has half and um Mephibosheth has half." And Mephibosheth said, "No, I'm just going to let him have it all," and went on to live in poverty because he said, "You can't unhear a lie." So now you don't believe that you don't believe that I would be truthful to you. You don't believe that I would remain faithful to you. You would believe a lie from Ziba, something as crazy as I would betray you after you've shown me such kindness. You know what? If you would believe that lie, then there's nothing I could do. Just let him have it. So that is the story of Ziba, Mephibosheth, and David. And so I bring that up, and even though I did a horrible job of pulling up the scriptures on it, I bring it up because you can't unhear a lie. So here, where Project Constipation and Ian Carroll and those guys sit here and just outright make up a lie. Well, those people can't unhear that. Now that you've shown this lie, you've said this lie, there's nothing that could actually happen. I mean, I'm sorry, there's no way to unhear it. There's no way to make it right. So people are always going to have this thought in their mind, and it might not be all 10 million people who saw that tweet, but it could be 10 people. It could be one person that really has ill intent, that they think Erika Kirk was actually doing this dumb stuff that that person accused her of, when in actuality they were lying out of whole cloth even. So that's why I wanted to do that. So shout out for sure. Um, yeah, so shout out to everybody. Hey, welcome. What do we got here? Mexichica has been a member for 4 months. I love it. I'm here for the J Witt Sunday School. Well, there we go. We will. I I've been asked to do Sunday school this fall, so I might will actual Sunday school at my church. So actually, we'll be talking about that tomorrow after church. Well, thank you so much. I'm glad. Look, I'm gonna tell you right now. Praise God. Well, thank you so much. I appreciate y'all, and so I'm hoping that the overall tenor of this conversation today, it wasn't planned. I just kind of jumped on, just wanted to, because I saw a lot of people talking about this tweet and, Erika Kurt audio file, blah, blah, blah. And I'm like, it's a lie. Like, why do we want to? Like, that's something. That's something that just like it kind of makes me like. I don't understand this. Why do we want to believe that? Why do you want to believe that Erica Kirk was doing that? Like, what what is your vested interest in believing that Erica Kirk was doing that? Like, like I wouldn't want to believe that Candace was doing that. And I disagree with Candace about pretty much everything. Like, like, but I wouldn't want to. If somebody told me that, I would want verified proof. Like, you have to show me verified 3 independent sources to corroborate what you're saying. But these people literally, they have the 3 independent sources that it's not true, and they tell you that it's something totally different. Like, why do you want that to be true? Again, like, I disagree with Candace pretty much on everything. If she told me today was Saturday, I probably would disagree with her. Okay. That being the case, however, I wouldn't want to believe something like this about her without some verifiable true proof. Why do these people want to do that? That's the part. And I really hope people start pushing back on these folk. Like, why do you want to believe this? Okay, fine. You said it, but why do you want it to be true? Why? Like, what's your vested interest in this being true or wanting it to be true? Because it just seems like you're just being a wackadoodle. Shout out to the best live chat on the internet. Thank you so much. Again, I didn't have there's no rhyme or reason. I just wanted to talk about this. And, I'm going to pull this video back in because this gentleman, I think he did a great job of dissecting and showing that this tweet. And by the way, you know what? Let me leave that's what I need to do. I need to give you all the tools to do this. So let me give you this tweet. Hopefully I did that right. Yes, I have that right. So I'm going to put this in the chat. So you all can peep that. And you all can share this with other people who are propagating that lie that Erica Kirk was out there recruiting for Epstein when it's been proven that it's false. Like, that's the part that is like completely bonkers. Like, we know it's not true. Here, let me pull this
Of this
video
morning,
in.
there's a new narrative regarding Erika Kirk at 16 years old recruiting her classmates to do massages for Jeffrey Epstein. And I wouldn't be addressing this idiotic rumor and narrative if it wasn't for 10 million views on this post and people that I know actually buying into this. I'm going to quickly debunk this entire narrative in less than a minute. So this tweet by Project Constitution, which was retweeted by Ian Carroll, which is why it has 10 million views, said that there's a smoking gun, leaked DOJ wiretap audio captures Erika Kirk scheduling underage girls for Epstein. And Ian watched this video and said, holy crap, this sounds just like Erika Kirk, so it must be Erika. This is the funniest part. If you're going to say that this is a leaked audio file, you probably shouldn't attach the official DOJ, official government website to that audio file. All it takes is just 1 minute to find out who's actually speaking on that audio file, and that name is Haley Robson. Haley was 16 years old, living in Florida at the time that Epstein contacted her and forced her to start to recruit her classmates in order to come over and do you know what. Haley has spoken about this numerous times, whether on Capitol Hill, on CNN, and obviously when your tweet goes viral, you have to clarify that this post is my personal opinion and my interpretation. And that doesn't matter because the original narrative is already set. You have major conspiracy theorist Ian Carroll already propagating that narrative, and they're not going to stop. I know you think that this is stupid, but the reality is that millions of people are actually buying into something that has zero objective evidence for.
So that was the reason why I was doing this video today. Again, it was not scheduled. I didn't plan anything. I don't have any notes, anything of that nature. I just was doing some research, doing some reading, and I saw that and I said, man, this is really gross, man. Like, this is insane that we're at a place now where we are literally trying to vilify our opponents, our adversaries, with the most egregious things possible. And this is the other thing I want to bring up. Why is it that everybody that Candace Owens disagrees with gets PDF file charges levied against them? Not adultery, not stealing, not tax evasion, not anything else. Double dipping in their coupons at Kroger, but it's always PDF activity. but she doesn't seem to call out the people around her who have PDF accusations and real charges. Like that's kind of wild work. All right, let me somebody said the link is not working. I apologize. Let me make sure you get access to it. I'll drop it again. How about that? Man, it's just wild work, man. So, don't be discouraged. I'm trying to say this to myself. Like, don't be discouraged. Uh, these people are going to they'll justice will be meted out to them for sure. Drop it in there again. Yeah, okay. Hopefully you have access to it now. The person said they didn't have it. But and let me know if you have it, thumbs up if you get it, or you can see it now. But really at the end of the day, I just wanted to point out like this is a very interesting question. Can't legal charges be brought against people who libel Erica this way? I would think so. And again, I'm doing some research into the TikTok psychic from Idaho. If you just do like a quick Google search, TikTok psychic, Idaho 4, you'll see who it is. And there's a lot of similarities to that case. There's a lot of similarities. And I just don't understand. I'm kind of dumbfounded, truth be told, to answer your question. I'm kind of dumbfounded. Like, if I were doing this, I'm pretty sure libel charges and slander charges would have been levied against me before I walked outside to check my mailbox. Like, I don't understand how they're getting away with this. That's the part that's like, how are y'all getting away with this? Like, like how are you getting away with this behavior? I don't get it. It would make sense to me that would be the case, that they could have charges brought against her. I just don't understand how they haven't. Now, in one respect, I do, because the Tyler Robinson case is so important to Turning Point, to Erica Kirk. I really think that they're like, we're not going to pursue charges against Candace, even though we're dead to right to do so. We're not going to do that because we don't want to take any attention off of the Tyler Robinson case. That's what I think. So I really think that it's weird to me, but I guess if I were in that position, maybe I would too. I'd be like, yeah, it's more important to have Tyler Robinson brought to justice than for me to get my get back on Candace for just making up stuff. That's my only that's the only way I can see it. I'm not saying it's right. Um, it's just that's the only justification I've come up with that makes sense to me. So, when that's it. So I don't know. Because I'm like, I mean, you're just making stuff out of whole cloth. You're just saying whatever. You're just making it up. And clearly her devotees, her clones, her simps are doing the same thing. Like they're just making up stuff. They're just literally making it up. So I don't know how it will pan out. Um, again, like I mean, she has a whole lawsuit because of this from the Macrons, and she's still acting like she's you know living on top of the world. I don't understand it. And I also think the Tyler Robinson case is going to go a lot faster than we anticipate. I just have this feeling the Tyler Robinson case is not going to be drug out for a year. I'm going to go with 4 months tops, and then it'll be off of the proverbial watch plate of American society because he'll be found guilty, and then maybe he'll appeal or whatever. Like I know he's going to appeal, so we already know that. But it'll be off of it'll be out of the mind of people because most people then will be like, yes, he has been found guilty, and then I think the dumpster truck of lawsuits will be coming out fast and furious. So the Macron case, thank you so much. I wonder what is happening with the Macron case. I wish the lawsuit would start. Okay, so the Macron case, there, remember Candace Owens filed a dismissal. And if you follow, I have a file for you all. I'll drop this link in the chat as well. It's called the Daily Candace, the Daily Candy. And actually, I updated. I changed it to Candyland. Sorry about that. So I've been keeping up with all of the records of that case. And so They filed for a dismissal. They had a motion to dismiss, a hearing to dismiss, and now the judge is going to decide on the 23rd of April whether or not to dismiss part or whole of the case. I don't think there's any good reason to dismiss it. And then from there, they'll go to the voir dire process of starting to select jurors and set a trial date, because they want, the Macrons have asked for a trial by jury. So it's not a bench trial. That's where, at the current moment, there's also another excellent content creator, Andrea Burkhart. She's been keeping up with it as well, and she does a better job than I do by leaps and bounds. So I'll probably attach that as well. But I will be going over that trial. So we will. That's one reason why we cut back on some of our Candy content, because we will be coming to talk about Candy soon enough. So no, you're more than welcome. You're more than welcome. What do we have here? Yeah, Candace, I'm kind of taken aback, man. Like, whoa, what is wrong with? But I do think we can, and I've seen the speculations, I've seen the theories out there. There's some good ones out there about, why she's going after Erica, why is she tearing down Charlie's legacy. I, I don't fully know. I think it's a little bit of a lot of those theories that are floating out there. But really, at the end of the day, I just wanted to point out that the lying that is she pushes, it gets exacerbated by her sycophants. It gets exacerbated by her devotees and simps, that they'll go even further than even she has gone, right? Because remember, many of her sycophants were already on the attack Erica train before Candace got on, because she had kind of theorized about Erica, and they jumped. That was enough for them, and they were already gone. But she had put it out there. She had put the idea out there, because nobody's ever put the idea that Coretta Scott King had MLK deleted. Nobody's ever said Jackie O had Kennedy shot. Like, what are we doing here? But she throws it out there, and her people get it and run with it. And then when she finally gets over there and catches up with them, they've already filled this thing in. The story's been filled in with all this other crazy nonsense, so on and so forth. But all right. So that was that, man. Y'all. This is just gross. I don't know another way to say it. I don't know another way to say it. This is gross. Like, what's wrong with these people? What's going on, Melanie? How are you? Yeah, I don't see, like, and even today, did I read today that um they've issued information pertaining to the bullet, and it did in fact shatter inside of Charlie Kirk, fragmented inside of Charlie Kirk. Where did I see that? I was looking at a lot of stuff, and then I saw this, and I was like, I'm gonna do a quick video about it. And now it's no longer quick. Like, this is so, like, let me show you. This is what I mean, man. This is what I'm saying. These people are just, they're next level. Like, I may we never know the depravity of these people's hearts. All right, so this guy, uh, all right, is Sam Parker. Clarification. Project Constipation has rightly pointed out that we don't know for sure the date of the wiretap recordings. Is it Erika Kirk? Is it Haley Robeson? I'm not certain either way. So I've tried to present both sides so sleuths can further nail this down. Sir, we already know that it's Hale Robeson. She's admitted it. She said it. This is not new. So the idea that you're even adding Erika Kirk to it is exactly what I'm talking about. You're lying on her for no reason. Here, I've edited the audio to isolate only Erica Haley. Like, he's adding this woman's name to it. Portion. Don't worry about their conversation. Just concentrate on the sound of their voice. Is it Erica or Haley Robeson? It doesn't matter. It's Haley. Perhaps someone can track down Robeson and get clarification one way or another. She has already been on several news outlets. talking about this. That's how evil these people are. Also, can someone do an audio voice print analysis of both Erica and Haley and see which is better match to this? You mean like the Chinese facial recognition that Candace used when she was doing the Macron case? Like, dude, you on some next level stuff. Hold on, let me see something real quick. So this is the woman? Okay, I'm sorry. This is not the woman. Hold on, let me see.
We are going to keep fighting. I don't think the DOJ or this administration gets to call it quits. They're not in charge anymore. And I think that's part of the problem. They're not realizing it. The survivors are not going away. We are not going to sit back.
This
We
is
are
Haley
going
Robeson.
to keep fighting and keep moving forward. And we have some incredible attorneys and a lot of support. And we are going to keep the pressure on as much as we can. I don't think.
Okay, so this is
I don't think
so that's her. So that's the woman that's in the audio file. Like Project Constitution, man, y'all are gross, man. Like the fact that you think that this is a slam dunk and you know that this is not the woman that I'm sorry, that Erika Kirk is not the woman in the audio file is crazy work. She's been in the news. Like that's wild work, man. I don't ever want to be that like look, I don't ever want to be that down bad that I go that to that level of disagreement with somebody that I literally make up a story about them doing something this gross, this insane, this wild, just because this person is my ideological enemy. Yeah, that's some next level, man. You can go on and keep that. You just go on and keep that. I quit. I'm not gonna fight with you no more. You just go ahead. If that's where you're gonna go, you just go and do your thing, my guy. Like, you do that all by yourself. I'm not gonna fight with you. Because that's just insane. Like nobody, yeah, that's bonkers. Yeah, shout out for sure. But yeah, you just can't argue with foolishness. Yeah, this is some Jim Jones behavior. Candace can go ahead and start talking about she gonna move to the foothills or somewhere in Latin America. I guarantee you, she'll have a good little follower down there. Yeah, and I did a video this morning about that daddy's home. That's wild work, man. That's wild work, man. It's amazing. Like, wow, man, these people are making up new ways to sin. Like, I didn't think it was possible. I thought we'd hit the floor and then some. These people are like, no, let me show you something, my guy. Like we not only gonna hit the floor, we about to excavate that thing out, man. We about to make it several floors. We're going into the sub basement. What's my new email? My new email is jwit@jwit.com. Let me see. There it is. There I am, jwit@jwit.com. You can still do drwokec@gmail too, by the way. But this is the one right here, jwit@jwit.com. But yeah, for sure, y'all. Thank y'all so much for tapping in with us today. Again, this was just an impromptu live stream. Lady Dear Will Christian's like, what are you doing in there, Jason? What are you doing? I'm talking about this foolishness, baby. Don't you know? I'm talking about craziness. Leave me alone, babe. I'm doing the Lord's work. They are working on a school project in there, so it's all good. We can all see why Charlie picked Erika. Just imagine have to deal with right. Like think about what George is dealing with. Like think about what George Farmer is dealing with. Like him or not, think about what he's dealing with right now. Watching his wife crash out. Like I can't imagine like that. Like I tap in and watch my wife crash out every day. I can't imagine that. Yeah, we rocking maroon today. I went to breakfast with some of my brothers today, so I said I would wear my Morehouse alumni polo today. But shout out to the maroon shirts in the building. Yeah, Jesse on Fire is something else, man. Like some of the people, like the people that follow Candace should be proof enough that you should not mess with Candace Owens. Like the people that rock with her should be enough to be like, yeah, I should probably stop messing with Candace. Because some of the people that mess with her, Jimmy Dore, Lionel, Jesse on Fire, Project Constitution, all those guys, man, I mean, that's enough right there. That's to be enough to be like, yeah, I probably shouldn't mess with her. Because the people that follow her, if this is the base that she attracts, maybe I should look at another avenue of travel. Well, not only that, I think it would also interfere with the trial. Like if Discovery, they want to see Erika Kurt's phone and Charlie's phone or whatever like that to prove that Candace is lying, even though I'm not 100% certain how Discovery works in that regard. I think if they just don't, if they say, wait, we'll just wait until this trial is over with, then that way anything that comes out in the slander case against Candace won't interfere or add any complexity to the Tyler Robinson case. That's what I think they're doing. But look, they've done a whole bunch of stuff that I don't agree with, so I'm not I'm not giving them too much benefit. Yeah, I did a video on Asman. Asman crushed it. Um, I think I got a clip coming up about that this weekend. Yeah. Yeah, it was, I mean, Asman is a hoot, man. I think he's a great guy. Great content creator. I'm saying like that. Make sure I put it in proper context. Great content creator. Um, so yeah, thank y'all so much, everybody. Continue to enjoy your families. Enjoy your Saturday, man. Just go do something great. Go enjoy life. I realize that a lot of these people, they don't have joy. Like go spend time with your family. Go spend time offline. And look, I'm online, right? I'm terminally online, but I'm gonna go get offline myself. I might still tap in when we're in the car, but I'm supposed to go meet some friends of mine later on for a late lunch. But um yeah, just go enjoy yourself, man. Just hey, these people right here, man, they are down bad. They are down bad. Gosh, I just can't. I'm still just kind of taken aback. I can't even imagine, like, to make up a story like this, and you know that it's not true. There, you know, out of whole cloth, none of it is true, and you still push it. That's crazy work. Like, what is wrong with you? Uh, this is a great point. I think these platforms need to do a better job between difference between bots and actual people, and also they need to work harder to figure out which countries people are in. Actually, let's be honest, they know what countries we're in. YouTube knows what country I'm in. YouTube knows what country you are in, Ghostface. The problem is, do they actually want to do anything about it? You know, shout out to Natalie Besner, I think her name is on X. She actually reached out to some of Candace's sponsors and, you know, kind of complained at what they're doing. And they basically said, in no uncertain terms, look, Candace is good for business. Candace brings us money. I think that sentence, that basic response from that supporter, that advertiser, could probably be laid over YouTube, could probably be laid over Twitter, TikTok, Instagram, as much as people tap in for what she's doing. I mean, what needs to happen is people need to, there needs to be a disadvantage to messing with Candace. I mean, maybe say, oh, okay, who's the coffee, let's say, I don't think there's a coffee brand, but who's the advertisers that Candace supports or supports Candace? Maybe we should go and support their competitors and let them know we are supporting you because you don't support Candace Owens. Maybe that's it. Maybe we should flip it on his head and say, hey, we are going to go and put our backing behind this coffee brand or this whatever product or this service because you don't. And maybe we'll say, because you don't support Candace Owens and you're not advertising for Candace Owens, we rock with you. Maybe that should be the upside down world and make it like, oh shoot, our competitors are getting market share while we're rocking with Candace. And then those complaints about Candace will start making sense. Maybe that's it. And that's just something that literally just came up off the top of my head. Right. And I think that's where we need to start getting. But to the point that Ghostface was making, they know what they know. YouTube knows when there's bots. They know it. They know bots. YouTube knows. I'm telling you, YouTube, their security protocols are so dialed in. If somebody's able to run bots on YouTube, YouTube is allowing those bots to run. There's no way around it. If I were to go to one of these sites and, you know, purchase some bots, I'm telling you, YouTube would know it. If bots are on your channel, YouTube knows it. There's no way around it. So if Candace's channel is botted, which I do believe it is, Candace's channel is botted, YouTube is aware of that. YouTube is not sitting around like, wait, hey, did you know that Candace's channel is botted? I didn't know that, John. Hey, Sally, did you know that? They know this. They know it. They are well aware because she's a liar and she misrepresents God's people. There you go. And and shout out to Exposing Darkness. Can't YouTube gets 30% actually. They get 30% of our ad revenue. So they have a vested interest. They have a very deep vested interest. Let me say it like that. Very deep vested interest in Candace. I hate to say it. So, I mean, there's no way around it. I don't know what the breakdown is on X and Instagram and TikTok, but on YouTube, 30% is a big cut. Is a good cut, especially if all you're doing is providing the platform and you're getting that multiple times over. I mean, that's pretty nice cut for YouTube. They do have a vested interest in it. All right, so yeah, I mean, buy me a coffee is great. I love it. And I appreciate everybody that supports either way. Let's see this. I'm one of God's people, and Erica's not a godly woman, but she tried to play one while she was married to Charlie. Do you mind telling me where and why you're making that assessment, Gina? What is your evidence that she's not godly? Because she might not be. Maybe I'm not. I don't know. That's very possible. What is your evidence to that point? And I'll just give you a second to tap in and put your thoughts together in the tweet or in the comment. I would love to see like what is your rationale for that claim? Let me give you a chance to. I would love for you to, just feel free. Yeah, I want to see how that. Okay, people with this demonetization story. That that is true. They did. The problem is it lasted for about 25 minutes. It was not long enough. And it didn't matter. I mean, they gave it back and she actually got worse. All right, sure. Here we go. Sure. She has lied about the fact that she did not date for 5 years before dating Charlie and she didn't drink. There's a video evidence out there That she did both. That's just the start. Okay. So that means you're ungodly. To say that maybe, okay, fine. I didn't do something. And that makes you ungodly. Because remember what you said here in the beginning was that she was ungodly. So I just want to make sure that we're using equal weights and measures. So she's not a godly woman because she did not tell the truth about dating or drinking, which, by the way, are not sins. So she was dating somebody. Okay, she was dating. She was drinking. Okay, not as long as she wasn't drunk. There's no sin. So let me make sure I have it right. So please let me know. That is the sin that you're making it out to be. Am I correct? I just want to make sure I have it right. And if you want to, you know what? I'm feeling generous today, even though I said I was about to get off. I'm gonna drop the link. You're welcome to come on, Gina Marshall. I would love for you to come on. I'll drop the link for you right there. Sorry about that. I'll drop the link for you right there. Just click the button. All I ask is that you have your camera on. I ask that you use no profanity and that we stay on topic. But I would love to hear. So this is the sin. No, okay. She says no. No one cares about the facts that Candace and many other podcasters have revealed about her. She lies. That is a sin. What is the lie? I just want to make sure I have it right. What is the lie, though? And you can just say yes. Saying that you didn't drink, saying that you didn't date, that's a lie, and that's terrible. Okay. Okay, Libra jumping in. We got a lot of people, and y'all are welcome. Jump on hit the link. Hit the link. And Libra says this: not that she's ungodly, that she lied about who she is claiming to be. She could have said she's reformed or no longer does those things. Okay. Let me ask you, okay. Hit the link. I'd love to hear this one played out. Hit the link. Okay. She has so many ties to trafficking, Eastern Zionism, etc. No one cares about the dark past and present. Okay. Okay. I'm okay. I'm just gonna let you tease it out. Give me your examples. That's fine. And let me know, Gina and Libra, either one of y'all. I've dropped the link. I would love for y'all to hop on, so we don't have to keep typing back and forth, and the comments kind of get lost. I want to make sure I give you full opportunity to share what you're saying. So hit the link, or if you're not going to hit the link, just say no. And then that way I don't have to keep waiting. And it's such of that nature. So I put the link there for you, Gina, as well as for Libra. All you gotta do is hit the link. I ask that your camera be on. I ask that you use no profanity and that you stay on topic. And I'm just gonna wait to see. Please tap in to say yes or no. I'm getting my hair done. I'm getting ready to pop on, whatever. Get my camera set up. No problem. I just want to make sure because I want to address these two questions that you have, these comments that you made. Yeah, and I'm literally waiting. I know y'all are like, wait, Jason, what are we doing? All right. What's going on, eclectic journalist? What's going on, friend? How are you? All right. I'm waiting to see. I'm just listening. I'm not able to go live. I'm cleaning my house. I just wanted to comment. Okay, not a problem. And I appreciate it. Thank you so much. All right, I'm gonna take the same thing for Gina as well then. All right. All right. Let's get at it. Let's get active. She's taking TPS in exactly opposite direction. Da, 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 da. Okay, so Gina, let's do this. Since you're not going to tap in, at least Libra said she wasn't going to tap in. So I'm going to ask you, Gina, to go ahead and be quiet because I'm going to go ahead and address your concerns. And if mods can go ahead and put her in timeout, that'd be great. Be great. Thank you so much. All right. So what is the problem here? So Gina said this. Gina said that Erika is a terrible person because she said she did not date for 5 years and she drank. Those are not sins. So from her saying that she didn't, and she did say she didn't date in New York while in New York, but that did not mean that she didn't date elsewhere. So if somebody said, hey, well, I did not wear a maroon shirt outside of my studio, I took my maroon shirt off. Oftentimes the hoodie that I'm wearing in the studio is not the shirt that I'm wearing when I walk out, because I usually change my shirt before I walk out of here. So what's that, 8 feet? When I walk from here to the door, I've changed my shirt, kind of like Batman in the Batcave. So that's not a lie. And so what? She said she didn't drink. And what's the problem? What's the problem? There is no problem. You're just making something out of it because you want, as I said before, you want Erika to be some kind of terrible person, because that validates the wicked, evil woman that you have hitched your horse to, aka Candace Owens. So Candace can't be wrong, because I'm not going to do a whataboutism, and I see all of the comments about Candace in the chat. Go read those comments because they are giving it to you. They're telling you the truth. But the problem is Candace is a wicked, evil woman, and you've attacked. She is ungodly. Period. There ain't no way around that. She literally spits venom about people who use the Bible, who talk about Christ, who talk about God. She despises that. Now, that's a godly person. Please miss me with that foolishness. Matter of fact, I'm going to go ahead and put you in time. I'm going to go ahead and block you from the channel. You can email management if you would like to come back, Gina, jwit@jwit.com. We can go ahead and have that conversation, because what you said is actually retarded. And I don't think addressing you any further would make my audience any better. That's actually the truth. So miss me with that. All right. Y'all, these people are insufferable. Like you just want to, you will attach yourself to a dead carcass and sit there and be mad at me. You did this. Nobody told you to attach yourself to that crazy woman. That is your choice. You use your own free will to do that. And therein is the rub. It ain't my fault. That ain't got nothing to do with Jason. Ain't got nothing to do with any of us. That's you. And the dumb choices you made. My name is Jason, jwit@jwit.com. Yeah, you can go ahead and kick rocks. And you can hit me up on the email. I'll get you all the details. Like, man, go on somewhere. You got people, man. It's something. You got people insufferable. Just go on away. Thank you so much, moderators. Did you already take care of her? Oh, I jumped in here to make sure I took care of her. Okay. Shout out to y'all. Green hearts in the chat. I love it. So that's it. And let me talk about one more thing. The fact that most of you all will come up on this here internet and use the free will that God gave you to spout and regurgitate the foolishness that Candace Owens has put out there, that has to say something about your intellect. That says something about how smart you are. You're literally reciting what she has told you. The only reason you know certain things is because Candace has told you. Not because Erika has said it, but because Candace has told you. And the fact that you would go around here using your free will on the God's internet and recant, oh, Erika said this and Erika said that. And the fact that you would do that, I'm sorry. I'm sorry. You really truly don't want to be, you don't want to be that dumb. You really truly don't. Or maybe you do. Maybe you do want to be that dumb. I'm sorry. Hold on, let me bring my other Jason up in here. What y'all think? Like you making this choice. You're using your free will to be that retarded. Come on now. For real. You can be better than that. You can at least, come on, you can at least pick a choice, pick a source that at least makes sense. Like she don't even make sense. And y'all followed her. That's your fault. That ain't got nothing to do with us. I'm sorry. Okay, why is one of me shorter than the other one? Why am I short over here? All right, we finished up the, I'm not gonna mess with that right now because it'll be just my luck the thing fall off, right? So we finished up all the cable management in here, and I'll do a behind the scenes video this week coming up. But like why I'm shorter on one of these. I tell you. I like the height of this one, but that's need to fix this camera just a little bit. And this guy, like my head is too tall. Oh, that's not gonna work. I can't win for losing. I can't win. What we got here? What we got here? Da, 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 da. All right, lots of good conversation back and forth. Right. The fact that you would come up in here on this Lord's internet and say, Candace told me, Candace told me. You might as well say you read it on the bathroom stall at some seedy gas station on the other side of town. I saw this on the wall in the bathroom, in the restroom, over at the Quick Trip, over on 5th Street. I read it. You might as well say that. I have not seen your first episode yet because today has been, I left out of the house this morning to go have coffee. I came home. I got off task. I started playing on this internet, and now it's an hour and 15 minutes later. I will check it out when I get ready to go to my late lunch later on today. Let's see what we got here. Yeah, man, like y'all really like big chestedly saying, "Oh yeah, I read this on the bathroom wall at the park. I read this on the Porta John wall." Like, what is wrong with you people? People. Come on now. Get an independent source. Here, let's do this. Okay, fine. You believe something that Candace told you. Before you come up here on the Lord's internet and tell us what Candace said, at least corroborate it with 2 other sources. That's it. If you get 2 other sources, you could get a New York Times and some blog article or something of that nature, and it says the same thing, then I don't got nothing to say. But if you literally, that your source, the fountainhead of your information is Candace Owens, then I'm sorry. Then you deserve all of the vitriol that you get. I'll defend you if you come over here and say, no, I got 3 independent sources, Jay Witt, I'm gonna email them to you. Okay, well, there we go. But in the meantime and in between time, before then, if you come over here on the Lord's internet and say that Candace Owens said it, then you might as well just say, hey, I was at the truck stop down on the back side of town, and I read this in the restroom stall on the wall. There you go. And what it was written in is suspect, but I read it and it seemed good. I called the number. There you go. That's what you might as well say, because that's what you sound like. It was another dream. Come on, man. We can't be mad at dreams. Every now and then we need a dream or two. We need them. I'm looking through here. Lots of good conversation back in here. Yeah. Knobheads. Cantifa or knobheads? Okay, I don't know what knobhead means, but it sounds like I like what it means. I don't even know what it means, but you know what? It sounds like this. Doo-doo brains. I can get with that. If that's what knobheads mean, then I agree with it. Like, why do you even want this to be true? Yeah, that was Candace's start, was putting messages on the restroom stall walls at some seedy club that sold $2 shots on Tuesday. Like, that's where she went. That's where you might as well get that from. But wait, what does knobhead mean? Yeah, I think Libra is oh no. I never said she was ungodly. That's ridiculous. Then the majority is ungodly. Well, the conversation was, thank you so much, Libra. The conversation was that Candace was ungodly. That's and maybe you kind of got pulled into that conversation because that's what Gina had said. Gina had said that Erika was ungodly because she lied. And so you were saying what? What are you saying? Is the question I'm asking. And then we'll just talk about what you're saying, not what anybody else was saying or that you got pulled into. Because that's fair. Wait, let me see what I'm trying to see where you I'm trying to find your comment from earlier, and I don't see it. Okay, here we go. I came in because I'm curious to hear other sides of the situation. The actions of Erika Kirk after losing her husband with small children is disturbing to me. Okay, can you, if you don't mind me asking, what were her actions that were disturbing to you? If that's okay, Libra, and I don't know if you're willing to, kind of go back and forth. I'll gladly pull your comments up on the screen. But what is it that was disturbing to you that you would say, oh, that's not the appropriate behavior? What is it? What was it? Yeah, expound, please. Expound. And I want to be fair. So I want to hear what your thoughts are. That's why I'm waiting to give you a second. This is a great point. I might have to save this one to Kathleen Hughes. Y'all put Kathleen in the chat. I like this. I'm gonna have to save this one. I'm gonna put a star by that. I'm gonna come back to that one. I like what you said there. Y'all put Kathleen in the chat. Shout out to Kathleen. Kathleen in the building. I like what you said there. Because I'm gonna say something that's gonna hurt people's feelings. I want to make sure that they're dialed in. Okay. What I find concerning is that she lost her husband and went right into focusing on the media, the organization. She should have taken time away to be with her babies, to grieve the loss. Okay, that's fine. So let me ask you a question, Libra Moon. How do you make the assessment that she should do those things? Because what you said right here, you said she should. So that means like that this is a hard and fast rule, right? Your child should make up their bed every morning. You should put gas in your car once the light comes on, right? You should do those things. How do you determine that this is what she should do? And how do I know, is there a standard as written for that being what someone should do? How do we know that? Yeah, flood Kathleen in the chat. I love what she said. Yeah, let me pull this back up so we can know what I'm waiting on. And I'm just waiting to hear, like, how do I know, like, when I point to this objective reality, like, for example, I have a book in my hand right here, and I can point to the book and say, on the cover of this book, it says missing pillars. Like, I can point to this, you can see it, missing pillars. You can actually go buy the book on Amazon or Book Baby, because this is going to be one of our book chats. So we have an objective reality, not just what I say, but the book actually says something about missing pillars. So what is your objective reality that I can look at and say, hey, oh, you're right. Somebody should behave in this manner, because here is the objective truth claim about it. And I'm just kind of waiting to hear, like, because I want to see, because I definitely want to make sure we hold Erika to that standard. So where is the standard? Okay. When anyone loses a loved one, like her, a husband, her children, their father, the most important thing is to be there for them. And that's time for yourself. I wouldn't be able to even think business. Okay. So where's the objective reality about that, though? Like, how long is it proper time? Because I'm sure there's a book, right, Libra? There's a book about this that explains, or somewhere I can read it and say, oh, yeah, you're right. 8 days to do this and 9 days to do that, and so many hours of this and so many hours of that. So where's that? Where can I get that, if you don't mind? I just want to make sure I have it, because you're making some claims here that make Erika a bad person because she's not doing what Libra Moon is doing. Libra Moon's 76. But I don't want to, hey, look, I don't want something, God forbid, to happen to me or to anybody in the best live chat on the internet and they not do what Libra Moon underscore 76 does, because I don't want you to say that they're bad people. So where do we find this objective reality so we can all hold ourselves to that standard? Let me know where it is. And just in case you're wondering, I am waiting for her to give me that objective reality. I'm just chilling most coast to coast. Shout out to the best live chat on the internet. I appreciate y'all. Thank you so much, everybody. While Libra Moon is giving me she's probably finding the book chapter and verse for what she's saying. I want to shout out right here. I want to shout out this comment right here. Shout out to Kathleen. Yes, totally baffles me how all of these people have become so judgmental by listening to a conspirators podcast. That right there could preach. This is exactly the problem. Candace's people, and I've said this before, Candace, as because she's not a Christian, she has indoctrinated her people into lifestyle and a behavior that's completely antithetical to the Christian doctrine at all. Nobody would behave like this. Now, if you see me doing this, y'all give me judgment. And y'all know, y'all can reach out to the Ginger Avenger and tell my pastor, like, Deacon Jason is acting a fool. But my people don't behave like this. People that come to my podcast and podcasts that I support don't behave like this. Why is that? Why is that? Why is it that people on my channel that follow my channel pray for Candace? I just did. Why is it people that come to my channel pray for Erika, Kirk, and Turning Point? Why is that? But Candace's people, they bristle at the idea. They mock it. They find new ways to bring up new sin to heap on Erika and Turning Point. They don't care about that. Why is that? Shout out to Kathleen. I love that comment that you made. Thank you. There is a set. There isn't a set time. Oh, wait. Then how do you know it's right or wrong then? Hold on. Would you leave your children with other providers and immediately after they lost their father? Most people would make their kids being a priority. But there isn't a standard though. So what is the standard? So there isn't a standard according to you, Libra. Am I correct? There isn't a standard. There's not a standard. There's no standard length of time. There isn't. And I think people also kind of miss this idea. You do realize that Turning Point is a business. And there are people who eat and are fed and taking care of kids, and their homes and their car notes are taken care of because they work at Turning Point. You can't just shut that thing down and be like, oh, well, we need to do this and everybody's gonna be okay. You can't do that. You just can't. That's not how business runs. And I think most people, the bad thing is that most people know that. It's just Candace people are so ungracious and uncharitable, and dare I say unchristian, that they literally make a cottage industry out the idea that you should have shut the business down. You should have shut the business down. Even why? If it's possible to run, why would you do that? Like, that doesn't make sense. But see, that's the thing. Like, they're uncharitable. Libra Moon, thank you so much. I really do appreciate you tapping in. I know you're in the midst of doing your house chores, so please continue to do so. I am going to ask that you cease from replying because what you're saying at this point is no longer beneficial. But thank you so much. If you do want to email me, you can hit dearwokec@gmail.com or jwit@jwit.com. I don't want to hear any more from you. Thank you so much. Yeah, man, that was just crazy work. I'll just tell you, man, this stuff is insufferable. Yeah, this is what I would do. Like, but there's no standard. There's no standard. What we saw has never been seen before. Synced before. Let me get one Jason over here. Let me get rid of the other Jason. It's never been seen before. All right, let me All right, there we go. All right, good stuff. Good stuff. Y'all, thank y'all so much for that. I think Libra is gonna be working on our house chores or whatever like that. Go and do your chores. And we'll be here when you get back. jwitt@jwitt.com. Y'all, thank y'all so much for rocking with me. I really do appreciate it. Thank y'all for supporting the channel, hitting the like, all that stuff, hyping the videos. That means a lot. I really do appreciate it. Not even trying to be funny. I really do appreciate y'all. What is Kathleen? Kathleen's been cooking over here today. How could Erika possibly shut Turning Point down after watching Charlie build that with his blood, sweat, and tears and his life and prayers? Like, these people are ungracious, man. They've bought into the story. Because I promise you, if they had not been sucking at the teat of that wicked, disease, cancerous foolishness that Candace spews, most people would be like, man, it's great that Erika kept it going. Yay, yay. They would be going hard in the paint to celebrate her. But now, nope, because they've been at the teat of that wicked, evil woman. Ex-favorite girl, ex-favorite daughter. Well, you are my favorite daughter today. Okay. Look what she said. What did people that lost their spouses after 9/11 do? Did they quit their jobs? Come on. And that was before like exorbitant FMLA, right? If I'm not mistaken, FLMA was not that big back then. You couldn't take like 4 weeks off or something like that. So you still had to go back to work next day or soon thereafter. I mean, it was crazy time. That was some crazy work. I love it. Thank y'all so much, everybody. Let me see right here. Yeah, this is another great point. Her kids are with her. Shout out. She said leaked audio. Shout out to Bart Curltis. Leaked audio had Erika saying, thank you to TPS workers for being kind to her kids. And Candy turned that around to mean that the kids were, Candy was leaving, Erika was leaving the kids with them. Like, that's crazy work, man. Yeah, shout out for sure. Thank y'all so much, everybody. Yeah, that was a very interesting, but I wanted to just get on this morning very quickly and talk about the fact that Candace's people just peddling in lies, lying on Erika about this whole recruiting for Epstein and stuff like that, when you know that it's not true, but you also know that people are not going to do the research because they want to know something, they want this to be true. And so therefore they're going to go after it. And such of that nature. It's super wild, man. It's super wild. But I do want to say thank y'all so much for all of y'all tapping in. Thank you so much again. This was impromptu. It's not planned at all, but I do appreciate y'all hanging in with me. I got my maroon shirt on, so I got to go do my maroon shirt work. It's cold here in Georgia. So I put this on just in case it was going to be warm where I was. But it's cold here today, man. What in the world? Anyway, y'all, thank you so much for rocking with us. I'm going to get ready to bug out of here and start making my way over to this late lunch. But I do appreciate y'all hanging in. I'm going to pray, and I will see you all, Lord willing, tomorrow. And until then, let's go ahead. Father, I thank you. We had a great opportunity to just parse through your word, as well as compare what we're reading and hearing against the truth and reality of what actually is. And I pray, God, that everybody here in the best live chat on the internet in the most electrifying comment section will continue to seek after truth, desire truth, and go after that and get rid of all the other fluff and all the other stuff that's not truth, Lord God, and focus in on what is. Thank you so much for this time. We do bless you and praise you in Jesus' name. Amen. Everybody have a great rest of the day. I'll see you real soon. Grace and peace. Take care. Thank you so much for tuning in to another episode of the J Witt Podcast. If you enjoyed today's show, please do me a favor and hit me up with that 3-piece special. Like the video, subscribe, and of course, share it with somebody who would also enjoy this type of content. And make sure you leave a comment, because I do pin the best comments to the top. So thank you so much for tuning in today. And until next time, everybody, Grace and peace.